Now entering the Presidential Aircraft Gallery at the Air Force Museum in Dayton, Ohio. Directly ahead we see Boeing 707. The Presidential Aircraft call sign was SAM 26000, as you can see there on the tail. SAM 26000. The color scheme was actually picked out by Jackie Kennedy. And this is the aircraft that President Kennedy flew to Dallas on the day that he was assassinated. It is the aircraft that Lyndon Johnson swore the oath of office to take over after the assassination, as well as the aircraft that flew President Kennedy's body back from Dallas to Washington. Mrs. Kennedy refused to allow the casket to be put in the cargo hold. She insisted it be carried up in the passenger cabin, and to do that they had to actually cut part of the bulkhead away to fit the casket up inside there. This is based on the Boeing 707 airliner. This particular Air Force One was used by Kennedy, Johnson, Nixon, Carter, Reagan, Clinton, George H.W. Bush, people think that Air Force One is an aircraft. It's not. Air Force One is the call sign given to any Air Force aircraft that is carrying the President of the United States. If it is the Marine helicopter that he uses to go from the White House to Edwards, that is known as Marine One. Under normal circumstances, you can actually go up and go inside the aircraft and see a lot of it. I'm going to pull over here and show a little information on SAM 26000. I believe this was used clear up into the Clinton administration. And then the current Air Force One was brought in play under President George W. Bush and Obama and President Trump. There are currently plans for new Air Force Ones. Over here to the right is a Boeing Sabreliner, North American, I'm sorry, known as a T-39. I handled these when I was in the Navy. Directly over top of us is another Air Force One. This is the Columbine, I believe. And the Columbine was again a Lockheed Super Constellation and was the Air Force One for I'm sorry, this is the Independence. The Independence was Eisenhower's. No, I stand correct. This is a Columbine. Columbine was Eisenhower, and the Independence was Truman. On our left is the Independence. This was Harry Truman's because of Independence, Missouri. We're coming up underneath it. This was based on, I believe, the Douglas DC-6 or 7. And we're coming up on the Sacred Cow, which was the aircraft used by President Franklin Delano Roosevelt during World War II. Of course, Roosevelt had suffered from polio as a child, was unable to stand for long periods of time, wore heavy leg braces, and to get him into the aircraft, they actually used a wheelchair and a manual lift that they would crank up. As we travel around the aircraft, you will see the actual wheelchair and lift used to get President Roosevelt into the aircraft. Roosevelt was elected for 3 terms as president, dying in his 3rd term, leading to Harry Truman taking office. And as a result of that was why the amendment was put in place to limit the president to 2 terms in office. So here is a replica of the wheelchair used by Roosevelt and the actual lift where they would open the hatch and take him up into the aircraft.